Rule number one in the hood, don't tell the po-po shit. And that goes double for the feds.
Oh, I know, Fatima. Trust me, I know. But what you want me to do? You want me to let him pin it on you? You can't see how he trying to put 2 and 2 together to equal Fatima?
Zach, look, I was in the room. I had it. I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I know the law just as well as he does. You should have let me handle him.
Yeah, so one of the things I didn't care too much about during episode 16 was the fact that Zach had to get an earful from Fatima about, Zach, you should have known better. Look, you should know not to talk to the popo, and especially not the feds. Why did you tell Agent Watt about our investigation into who stabbed Gary? Because now we got 24 hours or we're both going to get arrested. And I'm just sitting here like, really? And even worse, she goes further, look, I got it. Like, why didn't you let me handle it, Zach? Come on, next time don't say anything. Like, what'd you want me to do? Look, I just wanted to protect you and Michael and our family. And I'm like, they're rehashing exactly what... Wait, hang on a second. I'm trying to, like, mentally go back in my mind. Season 3 as a team was filmed June, July 2024. When was Sistas season 8? I think Sistas season 8 was filmed not long after that. So I don't know if there was, like, a meeting of the writers' rooms where you got Tyler on Zatima and I don't know. I couldn't tell you if there was any connection, but it just feels like, oh gosh, here we go. Maybe I was just rolling my eyes out of my head because this was the main reason for me hating Zatima season 3. Zach being chastised for wanting to protect. And see, unlike Zatima, Zach wasn't doing this for an ulterior motive where, hey, he beat up his brother not just because of what he did to Fatima, but because of Jeremiah just making Zach's life a living hell. So that was more like the majority of the reason Zach did the beatdown. Okay, fair enough. But in terms of him revealing the suspect board, there was no ulterior motive. It's like my perspective of it is, I think Zach did what he needed to do. Because Fatima said she got it. And for the most part, I believe her. I think she was doing a good job. And the thing is, I just feel like at some point, Agent Watt, either Fatima would have slipped up or Watt would have gotten anything, just anything, to take both of them out of the door in handcuffs. Now, I feel like he wasn't going to leave their home anytime soon. I think he was just going to continue to badger them to find any little reason to lock them up or, bring them downtown. And it was just like baffling to me that, okay, at some point, this man has to notice the murder board in the corner. I think Zach's method was the best. That's just me. Because like I said, Fatima could have handled it. But I feel like at some point, one side would have run out of cards and the game would have been over. Zach buying them time, I feel like was the best thing. Because like I said, one slip up, they would have gotten arrested right there on the spot. Zach telling him about the murder board, that gave him 24 hours. So I think you could look at it from either perspective, but I just didn't like the fact that the writers are really just being awful to Zach. He's like this bonehead, blockhead, meathead, whatever. First, he slips up by inadvertently revealing Fatima's pregnancy to Karen. Now, well, he was dumb for telling Agent Watt about the murder board. I don't think it was dumb. I think he did the right thing. That's just me, because it's like Agent Watt, to me, felt even more like, oh, maybe you didn't stab Gary. Because remember, up until that point, he was looking for any reason to arrest him because he felt like they were connected to it somehow. But like Zach said, if me or Fatima or both of us had anything to do with the stabbing, would we be putting in this much work, arguably even more than you and the rest of the feds trying to find out the answer to who stabbed Gary? So to me, Agent Watt, he says 24 hours, but I honestly feel like he was flaking. He was just giving them a deadline to put a fire under their butt. Honestly, I think all the characters got a fire under their behind right now. Marie gave Andy a week to get back at work, or she's leaving the firm and freaking up her reputation. Zach and Fatima have 24 hours to figure out the stabbing, or they're going to get arrested. Sabrina only has a few days to decide if she wants to use Damani's sperm to freeze her eggs, or she's going to lose all that money she put into the procedure. Karen and Pam have a deadline to get the business plan to Marie by the end of the week. I think Danny is the only one without a major deadline right now. Well, yeah, there's no deadline on her part. It's just a matter of what HR is going to do once they look further into Tony possibly showing favoritism. But yeah, it's just one of those things where I don't think Zach deserved to be chastised like that by Fatima. But that's just me. And then even worse, Fatima wastes time by going to that stupid sister circle, which basically did nothing for her at all. So, I mean, yeah, next week it looks like we're going to put the pedal to the metal with the Hayden and Tamara stuff for Zach and Fatima's sake, but it just doesn't add up. I just really wish that the writers didn't make Zach some kind of goofball this season. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree with Zach showing Agent Watt the murder board? Was he wrong? Let's talk about it. And I'll catch you all in the next upload.